up, people? It's the Guru here. Before we get started with the video, please allow me to speak with you for a brief moment. I'd like to thank you for all the support you have given me, but to keep this channel growing, I need all my subs, new and old, to please rate, share, and comment. It really helps with the promotion and the growth of this channel. And as always, thank you for tuning in. On with the show. What's up, people? It's the Guru coming at you again with another video. Today's topic, you already know, Erased episode 2. Let's go. This episode was a little bit slow, a lot slower than the first episode. Nothing really dramatic happened like the actual ending of episode 1 with your man, what's his name, Satoru, is seeing his mother getting killed and getting blamed for the murder, which forced him to use I guess his technique's called the revival, whatever. It sends him back like damn near 20 years to back in. He's in I think 5th or 6th grade. And so I guess he recounts, he has a little emotional thing when he sees his younger brother still alive and stuff, which is cool. I do like about this is that he still retains his memories from when he was a grown man. So he's pretty much a grown man in I think, an 11-year-old body. So we get to meet his friends and everything. So it was more of a lot of exposition and mainly a character, building type of episode. And we get a little bit of background into the little girl with the red coat. I think her name is like Keio or something. She had a real hard name like Hanzaku or Hanza. I think like Hanzaku, Keio Hanzaku, I think her name is. And it's pretty sad because the little girl is bruised up. She has a real bad bruise on her thigh, and she's a loner, and she's very intuitive. She could like kind of tell like my man Satoru isn't who he really claims to be. She kind of sees through him, and she can tell something's kind of off about him, because you got a 29-year-old man talking to a 11-year-old body, so she kind of tell like he's putting on airs, and she's very deep, I guess, because of the abusive so-called they think she's receiving at home, but they don't really show it. They kind of show it like as far as somebody explaining what they think is happening to her, so we don't really know if she is getting abused, but we do see the bruises, so something has actually happened to this young lady. And we get to meet his friends. They kind of whack, except for one of them is drawing my attention. A dude named Kenya, which is kind of weird for a boy. And on top of that, because I think Kenya, of course, Kenya is also sort of associated with Africa. So yeah, there's I guess he's supposed to be Asian, but of course he looks white. Kid named Kenya, and usually well, within the black community, especially America, somebody named Kenya is usually a black female. Sometimes you find a black male named Kenya, but usually black females are call themselves Kenya. But I digress. I'm not here or there. The interesting thing about him is he's very smart, and it seems like he's a little bit too smart for his own good. So it's kind of weird, what I'm saying, because he actually matches wits with Satoru, and Satoru's a grown man, so like he's kind of like he deals with the other kids a little bit better than Satoru does. So it's kind of like, how come a grown man can't like get away from these embarrassing situations with them trying to put him and Keio together, because they think that he likes her because he's staring at her, but they don't know his motive. His motive is to actually save her from being murdered. So he's pretty much, I ain't gonna say stalking her, but he's keeping an eye out for her because he really wants to save her from being killed. And it's like I can tell these little things are gonna come about because they asked him about his gloves, and it's been brought up like 2 or 3 times this episode, because Keio says it to him, Kenya says it to him, and so it's kind of like and he said something like, I think I lost them or something, but it's something about those gloves. And I think when they showed this flashback of him remembering her murder, there was a pair of gloves, because he also stated like she didn't have her gloves either, So that was kind of cool. So I'm kind of like, okay, I can keep in the back of my mind of something about that. And they also showed that guy in the shadows with the little model plane made of wood or whatever. I guess he's the, I don't know what to call him, a pedophile or whatever it is, a child murderer, what we think we are. But he seems to be watching, so they showed him scheming. So it's kind of like a lot of little clues you got to keep looking for because uh, it's kind of, and the mother also recognized something too because she was counting the kids and like, well, say, okay, you said he wants a birthday party, and she said, well, how many's coming? And she was like, well, 5 people, and she was counting out his friends, and she was like, well, you have, she kind of like, well, who's other? Do you have a girlfriend? Because he knew he only had like 4 friends or whatever, but he didn't say nothing. He had like he was asleep. But another suspicious thing happened was that Kenya told Satoru to read KO's uh, essay, and it's really dark and talking about how she wants to be alone, away from adults, away from kids. She just wants to be by herself on this island, and she just wanted to think about the outside world, but still not be in it. You know what I'm saying? So she's going to be separated from everybody else, which is cool because which is interesting because I guess a lot of people that suffer from like suicide or say things like this, or it's a flag. Not saying all suicide victims do that, but there's a red flag's been thrown up, and even he said that he could tell that she's troubled by reading that essay. But when he was thinking about his essay, he said before he went to sleep he couldn't even remember what he wrote about. So that's kind of peculiar too. So they drop a lot of little cute, I think a lot of clue. I might be overthinking it, but there's a lot of little things in the background I'm watching out for, especially that kid Kenya, man. There's something about that dude, man. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. Something's wrong with Kenya. I might be wrong, and of course I think that essay that he actually wrote and his gloves are going to come into play in somewhere down the line. And of course we all know that guy with the airplane that's watching him. Be on the lookout for that dude too. But once again, pretty good episode. The mystery continues. A little bit character development. We got a little bit of interaction between KO, whatever her name, Hinsaku, Hisakai, whatever her name is, and my man Satoru. So I'm ready for the next episode, man. I was in my comment section. I think he's the only one who commented with a random anime, and he was saying like he figured it out in the second episode. I'm not that good. I still ain't figured it out. It's still a mystery to me. Don't nobody spoil me because I still won't figure it out for myself. But I'm enjoying this one, man. So I can't wait for the. I'm ready to watch the third episode. So this is Guru. See y'all next time. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, especially comment, man. Tell me what y'all thought of this episode if y'all seen it, or even the series without any spoilers, please. I'll talk to you later. Peace.